Okay, we was getting some things together. So are we clear? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I was getting some things together. All right, I just want to let me make sure y'all can hear me. Good morning, producers. How are y'all doing? This lovely day. Okay. Give me a second. Let me make sure that I can see clearly on here. Let me see. Give me a second. Okay. We good. Good morning. I have a lot to do today. I want to get a haircut today, so I got a lot on the agenda. But I made sure I was working on the podcast, getting that stuff together. So you can listen to the podcast on Spotify. Now I'm trying to see if it's on Apple. So right now it's say on Spreaker, it's say my podcast is available on Spotify. So if you have an Android, you can listen to the podcast on Spotify. Just type in the Wiley Show podcast and it should pull up. I don't have an Android to double check, but it should pull up. I've been on Sprinkler for years. I just never really utilized it because I just stopped utilizing it. But now I have audience. Y'all say, hey, you need a podcast. You need to get on the podcast game. I said, okay, we'll go ahead on with the podcast. I got a couple of episodes up there already. When I interviewed Chris June from Atlanta, when I interviewed Raheem Brazil, the guy from About Him. And I got another episode when I interviewed we ain't friends no more, but when I interviewed DeAndre, okay, that was totally different. I think he want to like beat me up. Honestly, I think the last time we talked, he wanted to beat me up. That was the last time I think we talked. He wanted to throw hands. I believe so. I believe that was it. I think that's what he say. He said he want to throw hands. Mm-hmm. I remember that. Okay, good morning. I hope he's doing good, honestly. But we have a show here, and we got a lot of stuff that we're gonna definitely talk about. What did I do to DeAndre? And this is the thing. I want to open up with that. I want to open up with that because that just triggered me. I don't know what I did to DeAndre, but I do remember one particular episode, and this is something I had stopped doing because back in the day, I will have liquor, top shelf liquor, and you know what I'm saying? Because I thought that's how the guests, you supposed to be a good host. But some people cannot handle their liquor. And he was one of the ones that couldn't handle his liquor. So he got drunk and he had to kick him out of my house because he was really drunk. And I'm like, it's time to go. He wanted to fight. He pushed my computer down, he pushed my mic down. I'm like, dude, what's going on with you? Like, what are you doing? So that's why I really stopped offering like liquor and all of that. I don't even offer that now. When you come over for interview, coffee, tea, juice, Arizona, you know what I'm saying? Juice. What kind of, I got some fruit juice and all that good stuff. But liquor, I don't offer. I don't even buy liquor because some people can't handle they liquor. Some people drink, and they get violent and want to push stuff around. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I paid too much money for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I had a touchscreen computer, 3-in-1 computer, and he tried to push that down. I'm like, dude, he pushed my mic down, I'm like, And we stopped. And from that moment, I couldn't be his friend because I'm like, why would you act, like that? And that happened right after that episode on that podcast episode that we did. He started to do the thing, and I hope he's okay. I hope he's fine. Hope everything is well with him. But that was right after that podcast episode that we did. He was acting weird. He couldn't handle his liquor. The police had to been called and all of that. And that happened about almost 3 years ago. I don't know how he's doing now, but that was supposed to be a friend and all that. But I said, hey, we can't be friends. You acting like that, messing up my equipment that I paid for and work hard for, and you want to mess up my stuff? Absolutely not. So that had to go. And that happened about 3 years ago. Okay. Another open up, I did contact Rico. I want to say special shout out to my producers for making it happen. Thank you so much for making it happen. Before we get to that, to the podcast, we will have an episode that's going to tape today about Colin Powell and some other stuff, and we're going to release that. Hopefully, it'll be available on all platforms, on iHeart, all of that. So if you don't see it, take a little time for it to get on there. But I'm gonna record an episode and finally get that episode together. So make sure I post it in the comments. Make sure you follow us on Sprinkler or all, and you can listen to the podcast, whatever podcast outlet that you listen to. You can make sure you check us out. Okay. Now, I did call Rico and we talked on last night, and I offered, I said, hey, if you need to move to Texas, I can help you out, get you a job here, and, help you get an apartment here, because there's plenty opportunities here in Dallas. He didn't want to do it, and I said, fine. I said, if you need, just let me know if you need something, because there's plenty of services here in Texas, and I found some pretty good services that they offer here. I'm able to get on prep. I'm able to get my meds for being diagnosed with bipolar, able to see a psychiatrist for free. So they offer a lot of things here in Texas. You just have to know how to get there. Two Man and Lady, it's going to come back. We all been busy. I've been super busy working in school, and I have to just fit it in the schedule. So whenever we free, whenever Katie Talk 101 and Conscious TV is free, we will definitely come back. I've been really busy. I'm working a full-time job. I'm in school full-time, and and I'm doing the Wiley Show full-time. So we're gonna try to fit it in our schedule to do an episode. So I'm gonna hit them up and see if they're available to come out and do an episode with us, because I know y'all do love Two Men and a Lady, and I love absolutely that show. I think this is an incredible team of people. I want to talk about in my heart. I saw in the news, and I was heartbroken by this. YaYa Mayweather, and she has been accused of stabbing NBA YoungBoy, I guess girlfriend, I guess the woman he was smashing, and he or baby mama, and she could be facing potentially to 25 years in prison. And I was shocked because I thought that she would have, took a plea deal. And I'm gonna make this plain. Why didn't she not take a plea deal? If you stab somebody repeatedly, why try to go to trial? You at risk of going to be found guilty and serving, time. So why not just take a plea, serve probation, do community service, or may serve 1 or 2 years in jail, work out some type of plea deal with the prosecutors? Why try to go to trial? So when I heard the news that she's going to be going to trial February 2022, and I'm like, why risk of serving all this time going to trial when you did stab this woman allegedly, because I wasn't there, and you could potentially serve all these years. And it's so sad because she's like represents so many women that allow themselves to get in relationships, and the man ain't treating them right and cheating on them, and you want to go after the woman and get yourself and catching a charge. It's a lot of women sitting in prison around this country because they attacked a woman. They attacked the woman or the man because the man wasn't treating them right, and now you in a possibility, serving years in prison. Some women sitting in prison after being there for the rest of their life. So I look at this, and it's just really sad because she's young. She have a full life. But I also look at the victim that she stabbed. She could have definitely I'm just saying is you could have killed that person. That woman could have died. So you playing around, that's not a good thing. And you doing this because she was messing around with NBA YoungBoy. And to me, I'm looking at this entire situation so sad. This is a young woman that is privileged because her father got lots of money. And now I see that she's trying to change her life around. But now you are now you are, probably going to serve 25 years in prison, and you too young for that. And you got your life ahead of you. You're privileged, but beside all that, you acting like you was a ratchet ghetto girl with no morals. You dealt with a rapper, and you act like you was just like one of his entourage or one of his, what do they call it, groupies, and you got pregnant, and it's just like, it's just so sad. And hearing this story, I was like, wow, like she really can serve some serious time in prison, all because you was mad because he was messing with his baby moms. Like, I don't listen, child. That to me, I want to be 100% real. If you do that, I have no sympathy if you just doing that. I don't, because you could have walked away, didn't get that, or you could have just laid hands on her, but you proceeded to pick up a weapon and just proceeded to do this to this woman, allegedly, because I was not there. And and it's just sad because you're privileged, you got the money. Like, come on now, why throw your life away? Like, come on. And I understand and I get it if it was self defense, but this clearly was not self defense. This was clearly you attacking an innocent woman, right? Just innocent. She has known about her sister wives, so why she didn't stab the other 11 of them? Right? It was plenty of them. NBA young boy have how many baby moms? He have a lot of baby moms. He's been spreading that peen and these different puss all over the country, because when you become this successful rapper and you become famous and you become rich, it's hard for you to just be committed to one woman. It's really hard. It's hard for you to settle down. And she just so happened that she was married to a man that decided to put his peen in all these people puss. And now here she is, potentially facing some serious time. And of course, the blogs is reporting this, and this is a reflection of Floyd Mayweather, because that Floyd Mayweather is the father of her, like of YaYa. So we definitely gonna keep y'all updated on this. I don't feel bad because I usually be like, oh man, I don't want to see nobody go to jail or prison. But if you out here stabbing people and doing that, you definitely deserve to go to jail. You definitely deserve to serve some time, because that's just not good. You committed a vicious crime, and that could have put a lot of people in danger. And that person could have potentially been injured and could have ended up in a intensive care unit, or ended up in a hospital. I mean, I'm somewhere in a nursing home. So you did all this. It's just not good. They said, I feel bad for the lady she stabbed. Absolutely, I feel bad for the lady she stabbed. Absolutely. And I hope that she's okay. Absolutely. So good morning, you guys. I don't know if y'all heard of the news, but YaYa, you know. It was like, but it's like women, and they do, some women, not all women, and she's young, right? And that's no excuse, because not every young woman is out here putting or getting a knife and doing all that. And she did it all for a man, right? It's just so sad, really sad, man. It's, as I look at this rate, really sad. A young woman's life potentially is going to be in the system, and your child going to be raised without their mother. Mm. Now, was something else that I heard this in the news that I want to talk about and discuss. R. Kelly is on suicide watch because he decided to he's serving all his time and he can't deal with it. It's really bad. The man is broke. He don't have money for his attorneys for an appeal. He have some more cases in Chicago next year. He got to have another trial. It's just really sad. It's I don't feel bad for him, because he made a decision to be with these young girls, to marry Aaliyah underage, to run this enterprise. When he first got off, he should have completely stopped dealing with underage women. He should have just dealt with people his age, or become celibate and just focus on the music. But he continued to be with these young women, and some of them were underage, and he were doing this. And I don't feel bad for him because he had gotten, he got out the first chance he got not guilty, right? They said not guilty. That's on the first original trial, early 2000s. And you continue that bad behavior. And now you first seen hundreds of years and not even a count of how many years she's going to get in Chicago. It's just, mm, mm, mm. It's just really sad. I really look at it's really sad, okay? Just to let these new producers, okay? So it's just really, really sad. And um I will continue to keep you all updated on this. Hey, I won't be shocked. He's going to have to be on watch, because I won't be shocked if he try to take himself out, because he know he will never see the daylight again. He will never see being out of this country, out, and walking around free to be able to do music, any of these things. Never. Like I'm telling y'all, it would never be, all because of what he did, right? I think he wants to off himself so he doesn't have to face him. Yeah, and that's, he have, when you're facing all that time, that's, it's a lot. It's really, really a lot. Mm. Well, I want to talk about, I watch, oh my gosh, this show. I watched Jess Lauren, okay? And when I tell you, I want to bring her picture up, but I just don't feel like it. I'm gonna just talk about the story, okay, you guys? I watched her show, and I watched the first episode. I don't know if y'all watched Chasing Reality, Jess Lauren, and it was so good. I really love the fact that her reality show, she's showing that, listen, times are hard. The deal did not go through with China because of the Rona. I'm going back home and I'm moving back with my parents. So, and she's a transgender woman, like she's in this new life as Lauren. She used to be known as Jalen, but now she's transitioning to um she's transitioning to Lauren. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of her. Give me a sec. She's so beautiful, by the way. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of her. Do I have a picture of her? I think I can pull it up on my phone, because if I try to move the camera and turn to it, it's gonna mess up. So give me a second. I want y'all to see this. Oh, give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Because if I move the camera, it's gonna mess it up. And I just fixed this camera, so I am not about. Let me see. Where is she at? I just was on. Is this it? Really? I want to show a picture of her. Where's the picture? All right, here she go. Do y'all see that? Okay, hold on. There she go. Well, I wanted to make it clear so y'all would see it, but it's kind of blurry. It's kind of blurry, but hold on one second. I definitely want to pull her up. It's kind of blurry. Hold on, let me see if I can upload it. Give me a second. Oh, because she is so beautiful. Her show is definitely amazing. She's transitioning to a woman, right? That's what she want to do. Her father is battling with, he have kidney problems, and he was like, listen, I'm here, and I'm moving back home. And and Lauren's father was like, well, do your mom know you moving back home? And when I looked at that, I was like, it's truly a blessing when you can go back home and You know what I'm saying? When you could go back home, that's a blessing. I'm gonna say that again. When you can go back home to your family and you can regroup, it's not too many people in this country that's a transgender woman that can drop everything and say, you know what, I'm going back home. Like,
Like,
I'm,
hold on. What the world? I didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
all right. It just had it like two crappers of it. Okay, it's not too many women that can be like, whoa, let me hurry up and I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna move back home with my family. It ain't too many women that can do that. Not at all. So for her to do that is just amazing on her part. And I want to say this in this episode, man, the cast is incredible. The production is really good. Now, everybody kept saying, Wiley, you need to watch Chasing Dallas. You need to watch Chasing Dallas. That's her picture, y'all. Like, I'm talking about beautiful. Like, Jess Lawrence, beautiful. But everybody was like, you need to watch Chasing Dallas. You need to watch Chasing Dallas. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch Chasing Dallas. The confessionals in Chasing Dallas, I definitely not really feeling it. With some of the cast members, I would do a review on Chasing Dallas because y'all keep requesting it. But Jess Lawrence show, listen, honey, I love the show. And her friend, let me see if I can bring her friend picture up. Give me a second. Oh, I like this. I can pull the picture up on my phone. It's so amazing. Let me see if I can pull up her friend. Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus. Oh man, her friend is a whole snack. I think his name is Devin or Deve. Is it Deve? Devin. That's her friend name. Devin. Let me pull up. Baby, her friend is a snack. When I tell you, I'm gonna have to interview her friend. I'm gonna have to interview her friend. All right, give me a second. Let me pull up his picture. Oh man, hold up. That man's whole snack. Um, give me a second. Let me let y'all see so y'all don't know who I'm talking about. Give me a second. Let me pull him up. Okay, and I can't pull up that picture. I'm gonna pull up this picture. Okay. All right. A whole snack. When he was in episode, they had like a little problem in the show, right? Beautiful man, beautiful man, beautiful. Um, he did an episode. He was in an episode because they had Lauren and Devin had some problems, and he was like, "Well, I feel like it's just all about you and not about us, and a friendship should be about us, not just about you." And it was just really good how they resolved that. And of course, Lauren was like, "I don't want to see Devin. He gave some information to the shade room about me, and I don't want nobody. I don't want to talk to him." And so so it was real messy. So they set it up where Lauren went to this apartment and didn't know that Devin was staying with somebody, was roommates with somebody. And I'm like, hey, now I've been in situations where I did not like a certain person, and they went on and had me, at my house, or my roommate would invite somebody over who I don't mess with, where we had some problems and we had a beef. And I've been in it, and then I'm like, should I go to the, and then I just get up and go to the kitchen. And it was one person, when my roommate was dealing with my ex, that we was very intimate, that I was very intimate with. And I remember one time they was very intimate, and I was like, okay, let me just go on out. And he was like, oh, hey, Wiley. I'm like, oh, hey, like, it's whatever. Like, you want to just smash my roommate and stuff like that. You're trash. And I cussed him out because I'm like, it is what it is. And then he was like, and he had the audacity to even ask me for some money. I cussed him out. And I said a lot of things that will probably get me canceled. Okay. Okay. And that was another reason why I wanted to get my own spot, because when you roommate with somebody, a good roommate will let you know, hey, bro, like such and such coming over. I'm like, okay, cool. Or if it's somebody I'm not cool with, let me make other plans so I don't have to interact with them in the apartment. So I'm just like, it's best to just have your own place because you ain't got to worry about all that beefs and all that. But the show is 100%. I give the show 100%, 2 thumbs up. The show is definitely great. Make sure y'all go check it out. The name of the show is Just Lauren. It is on Chasing Reality, YouTube. Make sure y'all go check it out. It's an incredible show. Somebody said nobody know these people. Wiley, next time. Well, you don't know. Don't say nobody. See, I want to address you. I don't like when people say nobody know who these people are. Obviously, some people know who they are. Okay, now let's fact check on speak on it. Give me a second. I'm gonna fact check, speak on it. Okay, now hold on. I'm gonna ask some producers. I know most of y'all at work. How many of y'all know of Just Lauren's show? How many of y'all know of the show? How many of y'all watched the show? Give me a second. Give me a second. He said nobody. That's what exactly what he said. He said nobody know these people. So how many people in the bushes watch the show? If you watch this show, press 1. Okay, Key Guard, watch the show. Light Bulb, watch the show. Honeybee, watch the show. Okay? So that'll let you know that we got a couple of people in here watch the show. Day, watch the show. Tarla, watch the show. What's that? Miss Jane, watch the show. Okay? So here we go. So it's somebody in here that watched the show of Just Lauren on Chasing Reality. So when you say nobody, just say, I don't know these people. Don't say nobody because that's not correct. That's a bunch of bull. Okay? I watched it because of you, Bright Star. Barry White, only 1 episode. It just premiered. So we're going to review this show every week. Okay? And when you own your own show, you can cover whatever you want to cover on your show. Okay, now I understand you don't know the people, Miss Big Sexy. You said I don't know them people. Well, that's you. You don't know them people, but I'm glad you said I don't know them people instead of them saying nobody know them people. So I'm glad, Miss Big Sexy, you may be right. You may not know these people, but today now you know them. Lauren is a hairstylist. She did hair for Celine Dion, Adele. Oh no, I don't know what she did hair for Celine Dion and Adele, but it was Keisha Cole. I think she did hair for Nene Leakes. She's a celebrity hairstylist. She wrote a book, a successful book, and all these good stuff. Okay. Lightbulb said I was on her after show live. It was lit. They model a fashion show. Okay, Lightbulb. Lightbulb was on her after show. Okay, give me a second. I want to do something right. I'm falling by the spirit real quick. Lightbulb. If you in the bushes, Lightbulb, click the link because you said you was on her show, Lightbulb. Lightbulb, can you click that? We actually call my baby brother Lightbulb, so it's amazing that you're in here. Lightbulb, if you could click the link and come and say something about the after show and the show, if you said, because somebody came in and said, don't know, nobody know them people. Okay, you know, Wiley. All right, Kamish. Yeah, so that's all we cover the show. We're gonna cover this show every week. It's an amazing show. Another thing that I want to say about it, and this is what a lot of trans women have to understand, that is transitioning from male to female. And they come back home and they want their family to, you know, respect them and call them by their new name. That is a process. If I were to transition today to become Marquita, the cross-eyed diva, okay, if I were to become Marquita and say, no longer call me Marquise, I am Marquita, honey, my family will still call me Marquise. I don't think none of my family members will call me Marquita. Maybe my sister, maybe not. It will take a while from the process. They may not never ever call me Marquita or honor me as a woman because they know me as a boy and as a man. So if they never do that, you have to come to conclusion they're not going to do it. And in one of the episodes, the mother It was like, listen, I'm not gonna call you Jalen. I'm not gonna call you Lauren. You Jalen to me, and I don't understand. She was in that crying. I don't understand why y'all don't want to call me by my name. And the daddy, see, this is why I want to get into the show. The daddy, he need a kidney transplant because he's on dialysis. So you should be calling your daughter by her name. You should be kissing her. If you need a kidney, if you mispronounce my name, I'm not gonna give you no kidney if you can't call me Lauren. If you want to be call me by what I want to be called. Is if you want my kidney. I'm just saying. So a lot of that, this show is really good, man. Make sure y'all go and check it out. It's definitely a good show, especially if you are a person that have somebody that is trans in your life and you don't know how to handle that. You don't know much about it. You definitely can get into that and talk about that and have that conversation. The show is called Just Lauren on Chasing Reality. And of course, they sent the link all over there. So, okay, we giving them that free promo. Okay. Yes, Just Lauren, honey, and her friend Devin. We just got to get Devin on the show. Okay. All right, we got to get Devin and Lauren on the show. Okay. I'm going to have to send Devin an email. All right. Definitely going to have to send him an email. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Oh, man. I'll have to send him an email. All right. Wiley, her father has supported her, period, financially, emotionally for years. That man is sick from taking care of her. You have to go back and watch. Not only that, it's like what I got from that particular episode. Lauren want to be called Lauren and not Jalen, and that's a process. And my thing is, if you need a kidney, you know what I'm saying, call me by my name, okay? That I want to be called by. All right. If it's some different key, you can hit the link too. All right. But if I were to come out and say how I want to be Marquita, across that diva, and I go home like, hey mom. So my name, mother, is not Marquise. Marquise is dead. I want to be addressed as Marquita, the cross-eyed diva. Let me see if I call my mom real quick. Give me a second. Hold up. Let me just try something right now. Let me just try. I know she busy. But let me just call her. I know she busy cooking breakfast probably. Hold on. Let me call her. Hold on. I know she probably cooking breakfast or she doing so. It's real busy right now because she's real busy in the morning. I'm gonna leave her voicemail though. I really want to ask her a question. It would have been great. I know she busy. Please leave your message for. Thank you for calling. Goodbye. Oh, wait a minute, it didn't go through. I could leave her voicemail. All right. Anyway, if she called back, we'll bring that topic up. Okay. But I understand it and I get it. So, wow. So yeah, so if I were to come to my mother, it would be a while for her to really process that. Now let's transition into this Angela Stanton King interview that I'm gonna pull their picture up. So just in case y'all don't know how these people look, because I can do this now. Girl, I'm so glad I found out a way I can do this. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull their picture up because I want to talk about this new segment. I got a new way. Okay, give me a second. Oh, that's a beautiful picture of her. Okay, hold up. Hold up, y'all. Because I was watching. When you working overnight, you can watch some shows. Okay. No, she didn't block me. My mom is real busy. She's actually taking care of my grandmother. So I know in the morning she's real busy. In the morning she's cooking breakfast, and her grandbaby's over there. So it's like, and she's taking care of my grandmother. Y'all pray for my mother. She's taking on a lot on her plate. Like she's really taking a lot on her plate right now. And I try to call.
I'm doing it again. Hold on.
All right, here we go. All right, hold up. Let me upload this picture. So Angela Stanton King, hold on 1 second. Okay, Mama's yeah, she is busy. She'll call me back. All right. So on last night, I was able to watch the show. Now that I was able to watch um Tasha K interview Angela Stanton King, right? Y'all seen her. She is I would say, uh, she is a Trump supporter. She is a conservative. She is a mom. She's an author. She is a businesswoman. And she went to prison. She served time in prison. And so this interview, they talked about a lot. I think in this interview that I had the pleasure of listening to. So Tasha K asked her a question about abortion and how she says she's not open to that because it's depopulation, and I agree with her. So some of the points what Angela Stanton King was talking about I agree with. One of the points that she made is the First Step Act with the criminal justice reform, but what she failed to bring up, though it was passed under though President Trump um passed it into law, uh, it was actually a Democrat forgot the congresswoman that brought it up at the bill that brought up the First Step Act. So with that being said, she was really getting into all of that. She was getting into the First Step Act. She was talking about being a supporter of Trump. She was talking about how Phaedra, did her dirty because they was doing this illegal stuff, and how Phaedra was the mastermind behind this, and she wasn't the mastermind behind it, and that she served some prison time behind all of this. So she was really explaining a lot on her show. Like she was really explaining a lot. And I'm like, shout out to Tasha where she can have this outlet where she can just interview these people, interview a person like Angela and not be just be unfiltered, where she can really and when she was so calm, her messaging is just on point. I think more people will follow Angela Stanton King and support her in the black community if she don't cuss and be so like angry or so combative, because she could be so passionate. A lot of her views, a lot of black folks agree with. When it comes to there, a lot of black folks in the black community are not with transgender ideas of people transitioning. A lot of people are not is in the black community. They're not as open with gay marriage. So it's a lot of things where with Angela Stanton King, what she believe in, it's a lot of things that the black community agree with. Now, you just can't stop them from voting Democrat. But if they really put down their principles or what they believe in, some of their principles they believe with the conservative. Some of their principles they believe in what Donald Trump has been talking about. And some of those principles, you were like, hey man, I kind of agree with that. So and a lot of times people don't want to hear Angela because of she is a black conservative. When you say you're conservative, a lot of black spaces don't want to hear you. One thing about Roland Martin, and I admire Roland Martin. I think he's an amazing, talented journalist, but I feel like he don't give conservative enough room to give their point of view. He cuts them off. He said, well, I'm good at debate, but you gotta allow a conservative to talk. And that's one thing I kind of get turned off by Roland. Is like when a conservative start talking, you interrupt them. Like let them finish their point, and then you get a point, and then let them finish their point, but don't interrupt their point, because they, whether you agree with their opinion or not, you shall allow them to finish their opinion, right? And allow them to finish what they got to preach and whatever they're teaching. Allow them to finish, and then you can give your rebuttal. If you don't like it, you give your rebuttal on the air, but allow them to give their point. Mm-hmm. She's a Republican, and she get past that. Allow her follow. Yes, she's a Republican. A lot of black, and I may have to do a podcast. Let me write that down. That's a podcast episode. I'm gonna talk about that in the podcast. Give me a second. Um, Give me a second. Where is my pen? Where's my pen? I'm gonna do that in the podcast. Republican. Okay. All right. do that in a podcast. So we really could definitely dive in because I'm looking at some things right now, and I'm gonna dive more into that in the podcast. But as a black man, because I voted for Democrats pretty much all my life, I did a switch in 2016 when Trump ran for president. I really love his messaging, and to this day, I still love his messaging. What he said, your schools are no good. You know, you're living in the hood. You know, the violence are up, and it spoke truth to that. I wish that he would have done some more ideas. I agree with the criminal justice reform. I agree with it, protecting our borders. But I wish we had somebody like a Trump as the mayor of Chicago that can clean up and get the criminals off the street. So I voted for him in 2016 in the primaries, and I remember I will never forget it. For the first time, I went to my place to vote, and I said I need so in order to vote in the primaries, you have to vote as a Republican. You have to, I think, register as a Republican. So I think I registered as a Republican in Illinois. And I said I need a Republican ballot. They could not hardly find a Republican ballot because this is a typically South Side Inglewood. Majority of the people that vote is Democrats. I said I need a Republican ballot. So in the primaries, I voted for Trump. And I knew from that moment that Trump is going to win because that messaging for it just on there, and people attack me, they drag me, they call me all type of words. And I do believe, and this is my prediction, if this country continue to fall to its knees with the people not be able to get their goods and services and all of that, if the economy, if the Democrats do not get that infrastructure bill, voters' right bill passed, it's possible that will lead the role for a Trump or a Trump-like person to be in the White House. I would not be surprised. And I'm going to listen to both sides, but I'm not just going to automatically vote for Democrat just because they are Democrat and they're talking good. If I look at their record and they fail me and they ain't do right, I may go on to the Republican side. I may. I'm listen to me. I say I may. I need to start looking at the Republicans more and looking at Democrat, looking at independents, and not just automatically just going to vote for Democrat just because they talk good. Because Democrats, it just failed me, and they really failed me when they couldn't get the Voters' Right Act passed. Now, I you mean to tell me that you have a filibuster? That is not a law. That is a rule in the Senate, that it's a tradition that's been a rule since what, back in the day, right? You can easily outvote that rule and throw that rule out and get a simple majority. I'm just so burnt out with Democrats because you all are sitting here allowing this rule filibuster that's not in the Constitution. It's just a rule that some senators made up. So if they don't agree with a side, then the minority can have the power, in which it should just be the majority of the senators that have a vote. And if the majority win, it should be law. So I'm just getting kind of turned off with the Democrats because I'm like, y'all trying to be all so divided. And then when the Republicans get off, they're not that divided. Whether you're conservative or whether you semi not that conservative, you're typically going to, vote for Trump policies. And they did it when they wanted to do a tax cut. Majority of the Republicans voted for the tax cut. When they wanted to do some things about the border wall, majority of the Republicans voted for border security. They didn't really talk about these kind of Republicans is on this side. They holding out. They want to get some more information before they vote. They got on board. With Democrats, I don't feel that they respect President Biden enough to get on board. I don't think that he have a hold and that he dominates his party. I think that a couple of the senators, I can't think of their name right now, about two of them, the senator in Virginia, and I think one of them in Arkansas. I think about two of them. It's like they're not, like, they need to get in line. Like, what are you doing? Like, West Virginia, it's a lot of poor people in West Virginia that will benefit from the infrastructure bill. It's a lot of folks in Virginia that will benefit by a Voters' Right Act, right? But hey, it's a lot of people in Virginia that will benefit from paid family leave. I just, you know what I'm saying? So, but the Democrats, they're very divided. And President Donald Trump was really good as unifying the Republican Party. They are so unified. Look at the Republican Party real quick. They're so unified that after what happened on January 6th and that all happened, they like, let's move forward from that. Let's move forward. Oh, he's not the president anymore. Let's talk about these policies. They're united of not continuing to investigate January 6th. Whether you agree with them or not, they are united when it comes to their ideas and their principles. Democrats are so divided. All right. Let me drink a little bit more of my coffee. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't agree with it's some things I really just don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? It's not a perfect bill, but paid family leave, that's great. So when I have some kids that want to take paid family leave, I should be able to take paid family leave. Roads and bridges, I'll be able to do that. I don't agree with the whole IRS and the whole PayPal, the cash apps. I don't agree with that. Let people pay in PayPal, let people pay cash apps, leave that alone. But I agree with the bridges. I agree with the roads. I agree with the investing in the internet. I agree with all of that. I agree with all of that. That is something that is amazing. We need, I have an amazing internet connection, but I don't stay in a rural area. And so we need to have those investments, right? But if Democrats can't get it passed, why would we go out and vote for y'all in the midterm? And this is to the Democrats. If they fail and don't pass this infrastructure bill, they will lose in the midterm election. They will not win in the midterm election. It will be a signal. So we will see. Typically, the midterm election give you a signal or what the general election is going to look like. So in the midterm, it's actually next year. That's 2022 is the midterm election. You got Reverend Warnock up for re-election. You got a couple other senators up for re-election, and we're going to see how this is going to go next year. You got the governor's race in Virginia. Right now, it's a real tight governor's race right now. The Republicans can definitely win in Virginia. And because Democrats fail at messaging, honestly, and my humble opinion. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So that's what typically the podcast would be about, and we get in details about that. All right. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. So typically I agree with the interview that Angela Stanton King did on the interview and stuff like that. Also, too, if you can download the podcast on Spotify right now. Get your Android phone, listen to it. We have episodes up there already. We're gonna have another episode going to drop today. You can listen to it on Spotify. You do not have to be on Sprinkler. You can listen on Spotify. Apple, I'm trying to see when it's going to be available on Apple. Something I'm gonna say that today or maybe tomorrow that'll be available. So we're gonna record an episode today, and it will be available all podcasts. On all podcast outlets, okay? That whatever you listen to your podcast, most people listen on Spotify and on Apple, and yeah. So we're gonna have that. So if you have Spotify, you can listen to the podcast, which is great. Okay. Let me see. I'm not feeling the bill. It's going to be some underhanding stuff that we won't see coming. No, I agree with it. It's a lot of stuff in the bill. I agree with. It's a lot of stuff I love in the bill. Mm-hmm. Let me see. It's a lot of stuff. Give me a second. Now we will open up the phone lines if some people want to call in. We definitely will open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in. If you're up, most of y'all at work. So I said, hey, let me go live. So I just got off of work, and I said, hey, I will go live and talk to the producers. Okay. And if the Apple, let me know if the Spotify is up there. Do anybody have an Android? Can you type in the Wiley Show? Do it comes up? Let me know because I don't have an iPhone. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have an Android. I don't have Spotify. I listen to all my stuff on Apple. That's what I have. So if you have a Spotify, let me know if it's on there. Now I'm gonna definitely have to check and see what's going on. So give me a second. I don't know. Um, if you have Android, let me know. Or iPhone if you listen to a Spotify. Yes, there's 2 showings for you. Is it up there? Is it's episodes on Spotify? Thank you for the it's episodes on there because I saw a couple on there. Is it okay? Okay, give me a second. Is it up there? Is there 2? Okay, yes, there are 2 showings for you. Okay, it's episodes on there. Okay. Okay. Yes, while I'm at work listening to Good Morning Produce. Okay, good morning. Okay. As a black person, yeah, I really can't wait. I can't wait to go to a Republican rally. Okay. ah! Oh man. And my thing is I would love to, and that's why I can't wait to bring back Two Man and the Lady. I can't wait to bring back Two Man and the Lady. Uh I like panel shows. But me personally, I'm so tired of doing stuff virtually. I would love to be doing stuff in person. I'm so tired of virtual. Tired of doing stuff virtual. I love in person because you get the energy in person. So give me a second. All right. Okay. I'm excited. It's on Spotify. So I gotta double check Apple to see if it's an episode on Apple. I gotta get an email we available for that. So we can definitely be on all that. But it's on Spotify. So I'm gonna release another episode today. I'm getting to work on these. I got 2 days off, and I got to focus on my show. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna definitely hit him up. Give me a second. Let me text him because I'm off tonight and tomorrow. So let me text him. Let me text both of them right now. Give me a second. Are you free tomorrow? Because I'm off. Off because I'm off work. Okay, let me text. Let me text Katie. Text Katie. Cause I was going we supposed to do on a knife, but I was asleep. Okay. Give me a second. All right. All right. So let me open up the phone lines. If anybody want to call in, I'll open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in. So give me a second.
Your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right, we are live. Anybody want to call in and speak on the subject? You can call in at 646-716-8447. All right. And the reason why I didn't want to put my YouTube content on my podcast, I just did not want to do that. I wanted to just tape other episodes that I don't or that I talk about and I get more in details about it and stuff like that. But if people request, if y'all say, "Hey Wiley, I would like for you to put the YouTube stuff on there," so let me do a poll right quick, and I'm gonna do a poll on my community wall. But would y'all want me to post my thing on the podcast, my YouTube content on there? Let me know if you want to listen on the podcast. Let me know in the comments real quick. Press one if you want me to post my YouTube stuff on the podcast. If you're interested, if you to listen on that, let me know. I'm gonna do a poll on the community wall and see what the people say, and the majority wins. Somebody say yes. Okay. All right. Somebody say yes. So say one. Okay. Let me know. Why do you get yes? You only one person. Most of y'all at work. So I'm gonna do the community wall thing on there. So definitely. Okay. Yes. Let me see if I can get call. Let me see. Let me call Rico because this lady just texted me something about Rico. Just okay. Let's go to the phone line. Anonymous, you live on the Wiley Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiley.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning? I would like to comment on Angela Stanton.
Okay.
I think that's a great woman. Her story and journey is amazing. I wish that most people, probably agree with her secretly, but they just can't get past her stance. And I'm not even gonna call it a stance on trans because she just has an opinion about her son. Because she was like, she just cannot call him a woman when she birthed a man. And that's her right as a mother. So we the people should understand that. But as far as abortion and stuff like that, her message is very, very good. And she has an interesting story. A woman who spent life in prison, come out and make something of herself. And it's like the perfect story of the Democratic Party. They want us to be down in poverty, all our lives. And I really hope people are paying attention to what the Democrats are doing, especially this year in 2020. I feel like we have not heard anything about from Kamala Harris, and the main reason why people was like vote her in because she is a woman and a Black woman, but that was no reason to vote somebody in office. So these people are not doing anything for the Black community when the Black community put them in the White House. So I really hope people are paying attention to what the Democrats are doing. In that bill that Joe Biden wants to pass, I agree that it should not get passed because there are a lot of unnecessary things in there that don't need to be in there. We need to get the borders under control. I'm not saying build the wall and close the borders to everybody except for American people, but we have people coming in this country that we don't know. Just on the other day, 2 days ago, the New York Post posted a story about migrants flying in to New York in the wee hours of the night. And they said that the White House has not comment on it. We need to know what's going on. And I don't see people really talking about it. I just see it's being talked about on Fox News, but it's not being talked about on CNN. And so the media is, trying to pander towards the Democrats, and I feel like they're covering up things. So Joe Biden needs to do more for the American people, especially the Black American people. The Black people have voted him in, and he went and did a slap in our face and passed the Asian hate crime bill when last year in 2020, Black people was getting killed.
But that's not just towards but that's not just towards Asians. That we under that umbrella too. It's not just towards Asians. That's for Blacks. That's for Hispanics. If it's a hate crime, it's a hate crime. That's just not just towards Asians.
It was mainly built on Asian hate.
But it's not just But that
we
law
first
could be
got
used
in.
if you, as a black person, as a victim of a hate crime, you can use that law to benefit you as well, to protect you as well. So it's not just towards Asians. I just want to say that.
Black people, the thing about it is they think that black people can be bought. And I really want my black people to wake up. They give us statues and they give us names of streets. We don't need that. We need real laws. Stop accepting statues and monuments from these people. Get some real things that are going to benefit our children, our children's children, not something for us to look at and get vandalized the next day. The Democrats are not doing anything for black people at the moment.
All right, thank you.
Most people should turn over to conservative or independent liberals, or maybe look at the Republican views, because they are for independent people.
All right, thank you, sister, for calling in.
Mine.
All right, 1922, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley, this is T.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, I have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. That caller just had me perturbed just now. First of all, let me address. Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, I am sick and tired of black people devaluing the progress that black people has made for our people. I mean, of course, we may want more, but stop acting like we haven't done anything. Like we just laying around like we're able to have this conversation because black people had fought for us to be able to have this conversation that we're having right now. You understand? So don't devalue monuments or statues when just 20 years ago we was asking for statues and monuments so we could see ourselves as well as accomplishers in America. You know, like it's like we're the pot calling the kettle black. She act like she a slave or something. You're not a slave, and you're not a slave because black people sat on their ass and didn't do nothing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to talk what you're talking because black people are doing something. Maybe not at the time frame that you wanted, but do more. Be a part of the solution and not a part of the conversation. You understand? And that's going back to Angela Stanton. I am one of the people that when I first was told about Angela Stanton, I did not like her. I swear, because she was a Trump supporter. Clearly, and I'm a smart person, but I did not like her. I could not hear what she was saying until I saw her on Kwame Brown, the interview with Kwame Brown. Mm-hmm. That sister is smart. You understand what I'm saying? I had to turn around and realize I had to start respecting what Angela Stanton was saying. No, she may not sound all nice and pretty, but as real as you can get. You can't get no realer than Angela Stanton. And the one thing that she always say, and I agree with, and now it's a part of my motto, seriously, we are always willing to sit around and argue about the things we disagree on, but how about let's stop putting time into that and sit around and talk about the things we agree upon. You understand?
Right.
Because sitting around talking about what we disagree on is not making change.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I would say that, we as the black community have to have that mindset of becoming entrepreneurs, right? Having that mindset to create our own jobs and create our own outlets for our own people. And that's what we have to have that mindset. And then also we have to have an agenda that demands us, demanding our leaders, our political leaders, to do for us, right? And we have to be on one accord with our agenda. And that agenda will not only benefit black people, but it will benefit people, period. Because when black people rise, other races of people will rise. But I do believe that we need an agenda, a black agenda. And the thing about President Biden, he wanted to do something. Oh my gosh, what plan did he come up with? I can't even think of the man plan. It was about home ownership, entrepreneurship, and Ice Cube had a plan. They dragged Ice Cube because Ice Cube was supposed to going to meet with President Trump, and they dragged Ice Cube. And Ice Cube, he ain't even talking about the plan no more. But what I agree with you, we need to have a conversation on what we agree on and not focus on what we disagree on. But I agree with you on that. So yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, but you know what? While I get it, I get the whole everybody should want to be entrepreneurs. While we have not just started wanting to be entrepreneurs, you understand? There's just certain places where we live, they just don't allow us to be entrepreneurs. And the reason why the entrepreneurs, the Black entrepreneurs that have tried to be entrepreneurs, the problem is the Black people don't even support the entrepreneurs. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't. So you want people to be, there has to be a balance. You have to be willing to be an entrepreneur, and you have to be able to be a good worker. Everybody can't be a owner. You understand? You have to have that 9 to 5 shift. You have to have those people. So everyone can't strive to be entrepreneurs because you're wasting time when we need you as a good worker, because maybe that's really where you belong. And the problem is that we are some way validating or giving the entrepreneur some kind of credit or more credit or value than the person who doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. Now, I'm on both spectrums. I've become an entrepreneur. I've owned my own salon. Baby, that is hard work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
You won't know what it's like to be an entrepreneur until you become an entrepreneur. And then you really get to decide whether or not, are you really an entrepreneur? Because it's not easy to be an entrepreneur just to own your own company and for it to be successful and for you to be able to, take care of your family and all that off of it. You just do it because you think you have a good idea. No, that's not what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is not a good idea.
I agree.
It mean that you have
I think
leadership
it's a
skills.
lot of work. I agree with you actually on there, but I'm glad that you brought the point up that you are a fan of Angela. I think if more people actually listen to her and not listen to a soundbite and actually take time to listen to her. So I think the beauty of Tasha K platform of interviewing Angela Stanton on her show, it really showed us that, she really have some great ideas and she really had a seat at the table with President Trump, right? Not too many Black people can say, hey, I sat with President Trump. And one of the things that she got done from President Trump that he actually agreed to, and he actually passed a law that I didn't know that if you were delivering a child that they would have you chained to the bed. I did not know that if you're in prison, if you are or jail or in prison, they can change the officer can chain you to the bed while you're delivering a child. But Trump put a stop to that. So I didn't even know that even existed in the first place. So for her to do that and for Trump to agree to that, it's some good things. And so I think what Angela Stanton does as well, she helped bring awareness to Trump policies that benefit the Black community, where some people may not know because they don't like Trump and they think Trump didn't do nothing, but he did some things that was great for the Black community, not just for the Black community, but minority people. So yeah, I listen to. I don't know if you watched the show on her app, but it's well worth it.
I didn't watch the show, and trust, I am a wino. Okay, I'm a wino. I love Tasha K. She just gives me energy. You understand? I can feel it through the phone when I'm watching her. Watching her ride. But I did not learn about Angela Stanton, unfortunately, through Tasha. I learned about her through Kwame Brown's page.
That's
and he's
good.
Another person that's all in that same spectrum that's trying to say, listen here, let's talk about what's going to make change and not just talk about, like I say, what we disagree on, And it was there when they was having that forum in Florida that I wish I could have attended. You understand? Angela Stanton, when I heard her on Kwame Brown's page, it was the same feeling I got when I grew up listening about Farrakhan. I heard so much. I'm 44. I heard so much stuff about Farrakhan, right? But one day, a Muslim friend, when I moved to Atlanta, told me to come and listen to Farrakhan by yourself, not watch him on TV, and for me to give a donation. So I gave a $10 donation. I went and sat in this area where Farrakhan was talking. Do you know, Wiley? I was sitting on the edge of my seat from the beginning to the end. It was nothing like what was portrayed, what was given to us about the interpretation of what Farrakhan spoke about. And sometimes you have to listen to these people unedited. You understand?
Yes, I agree.
Unedited, without them cutting out pieces of what they're saying, so you can really hear what they're saying. Because that sister Angela Stanton, I wouldn't want her to speak any nicer, because the shit that we're going through is rough, and we need to hear it rough so we can let it sizzle in our spirit, like Country Wayne said. You understand?
Yeah,
This should be the sizzle in your spirit.
I remember that I was listening, and funny you said Minister Farrakhan, I'm a huge supporter of his. I was listening to his speeches and his lectures on YouTube. I'm a huge fan. I gotta see him in person and meet the brother, but he speaks so much truth. I was watching a lot of his lectures. Like, man, it was one lecture that I watched, and Jesse Jackson was speaking. He said, "We're winning. Black folks are winning. We got the public accommodation bill. They're winning in Africa. We're winning." And Minister Farrakhan was like, on one hand, we winning, but on another hand, the masses of people keep losing. And it was just an amazing clapback of him bringing it up. And another thing he said that I was watching, because I watch a lot of Minister Farrakhan lectures, he was sitting down with Travis Smiley. He was sitting down with a whole lot of folk, and he said, what was the slogan back in the day? Jobs and justice. Well, what was the slogan 20 years from now in the marginal wise? Jobs and justice. Well, what is the slogan today? Jobs and justice. So he was saying, why are we keep begging white folks to do for what we can do for ourselves? So a lot of things I agree with Minister Farrakhan. I would love to meet him in person. I agree with you. You got to listen to stuff in full context, because you can't be listening to the mainstream media, because what they're going to give a little soundbite. But if you actually listen to his full speech, is actually amazing. And you can find a lot of his full lectures on YouTube.
It was profound.
Yes.
He planted a nail in my foundation and in my humanity when I heard him speak. When I heard Angela Stanton, as smart as I think I am, when I heard her speak, she put another piece of nail to help me grow as a Black woman, as an individual. And the main thing that she said was, there's a lot of people out here waiting and sitting around for the gift of the hard work of the others who's actually doing. You know what I'm saying? And in some way, in reality, like we're sitting here, we're having this conversation. We may think we're doing, but we're not doing. In a sense of, are we really trying to put our feet to the grassroots? Because we need grassroots. We don't need just a bunch of talkers.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We always sit around and talk and try to get the rewards of the hard work of the people who's putting grassroots in. I want to be a grassrooter. You understand? So I just hope that these conversations, like what you're having today, what I heard on Kwame, what Tasha K, and you see that this is a full circle going around. No matter if Tasha K is where I heard of Angela Stanton, Kwame, Angela Stanton, Tasha K, this is a circle. Wiley, this is a circle. You understand?
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm just happy to be a part of that circle.
Absolutely. You agree. I agree with you 100%. And that's why it's so amazing to get up and have these conversations, especially with you, and bringing it up. And you brought up a good point. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's a lot of work being an entrepreneur. You got to put a lot of hours in being an entrepreneur. So, it's just real good that we having these conversations in this morning. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to get off the phone because normally I get sidetracked. I know I get sidetracked being all silly and stuff, but this one it was kind of deep. But now we're gonna get into a little silliness, a little quick now. Okay. Now I thought you was gonna review Chasing Reality too in Dallas, but
I will. I watched the first episode. I had some time, and I'm gonna review it. I just gotta watch, because I watched the first episode of Chasing Reality. I gotta definitely watch that. Yeah, definitely gotta. Hold on one second. Hello, who is this? Oh, okay, yeah. Can you give me a call back? I'm in a meeting in about an hour. All right, thank you. Bye bye. All right, yes. Okay. So I'm glad that you
Chasing
yeah, about Chasing Dallas, because I watched the first episode. I'm loving Robert. I'm loving, shout out to Carrie D. I think he's doing an amazing thing. I didn't like the rapper that he producing. He's trash. He's attractive, but he's a trash rapper. I'm liking
I
Reese.
haven't heard it.
I'm liking Reese G. I'm liking George is my favorite character because he's a Kiki. Reese G, just a diva. I'm loving Trey Howard. He's so adorable. I'm loving that black gay love. I'm loving that. But I watched the first episode, so I'm gonna review it because all my supporters want me to review it. So I'm gonna review it, stuff like that, and stuff like that.
Is good.
I understand.
This
Yes.
season it is good. I salute Reese G and Queen Reese. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's growing, production, visuals, everything is.
Well, to
coming
me, the
along.
confessionals,
You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't. Did you hear all that noise in the first? I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, one time they was in a restaurant, and you can even tell that they felt like the people that was in the restaurant was too loud because they looked that way. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and
It's
then
like,
the
God,
confessional,
I got
it was like a lot of noise. You know, in the first episode, he was eating barbecue with his mama, and that was. Listen, I get it.
They're gonna have to get some kind of equipment that can block out sound.
Yeah, and then why would you be in a
Even
loud
if-
a loud restaurant? Go outside with his less, or be in an apartment, eat some barbecue, where we can
Yeah,
hear
but you know
what y'all
what
saying.
they're trying to do is they're trying to give more visuals, and we have to like ride with them until they make it to the point where they can afford to have a setting.
Yes.
And the people not really be making money still while they're trying to
Yeah,
film a show.
and my thing is
where
that
they
I might
control the
send them an
atmosphere, but
episode.
They just want to get more sets. I really don't want to. I'm tired of seeing them on the side of the building talking.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, you're right.
I don't want to see them on the side of the building talk.
Yeah, you want to see them travel to Dubai.
Yeah, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to create better settings, more realistic settings, you know, and that's going to come with, you know, it's just what their third, fourth year. I'm a Chase reality fan from beginning to now. My favorite, I love Tracy D. What's your name, Tracy? Little singer.
Carrie D.
I would
Carrie
love
D.
to do his hair. It's a hot
Yeah.
mess.
I actually interviewed Carrie. I think he's doing amazing actually on the show. I'm going, like I said, I'm going to review the show. At first, I stopped doing it because I kept dealing with the drama, the messiness. They said I'm screwing people. They said I'm unfair. But I'm definitely bring back covering episode.
With Reese G now, it is what it is.
It is
now.
what it is with the Reese.
Got some clicks of views and
yeah
stuff off of that. So it you know it in a way while it made you relevant, you know, it's
that's
all
true.
gonna work in his favor. That's what I say. And your baby is just came back on the show, Dre Simber, giving drizzling on them hoes, you know. So you gotta watch it. I ain't gonna tell what's happening. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch. Listen. I like me some Dre Simber. I don't care when my audience don't like him because my audience is particularly women. They're not really LGBT, you know, the culture. A lot of that they don't understand the culture. But Dre Simber is my favorite. I love Dre Simber. I would like to, you know, if he was in Dallas, I would like to go. I still owe him a dinner date. He's just amazing. Dre Simber is just a firecracker. And I've been saying that Dre Simber need his own YouTube show, and he keep jumping on other people's lives. I'm like, dude, get your own show. And he need his own spinoff show.
I don't know if Dre Simber is. See, you remember I told you about the entrepreneur and the worker.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who can carry your content.
Yes.
Better than you to carry your content.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He is not the entrepreneur. He can't control and maintain it and set it up, make sure the lights on, make sure the water on, make sure it starts on time. He's not that guy. He's a good worker, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why he keeps telling people, I am the art.
Yes.
Just let me do me. I'm the art. I don't want to do all that. I just want to be me and give you Dre Simber. and then let the art make the money. I don't want to
Yeah,
do anything else
but
outside of that. I don't want to.
for me, I wish that I had a lot of. For me, I hope that they get some investors and see. I'm learning the business part of this because I don't know if you watch Roland Martin. He have some advertisers now with I think G4 and all that. He have commercials playing in his YouTube. He drop commercials with them. He get a check. So I think that Chasing Reality, they need a sales and marketing team that get commercials, not only just regular folks getting paying for advertising, but they need to be banging on the doors of these Fortune 500 companies and say, hey, we have this reality show with all these views, with all this built-in audience. Can you come and sponsor an episode with us? Ford and Macy's.
Wiley, that's like
they can do that, but
Wiley, that's like somebody telling you need to do this to make your show better.
But you can do that. Honestly, you can do that. And I was having a conversation with somebody. I said, you really can. You got to have the email. You got to have people that know how to talk to the sales team. Have a sales team that all their job is to get advertisers to come on your show. You can do that instead of just depending on a regular Google check. You can go outside that and go to advertise. That's what Roland doing for his show. And I think that's amazing because I don't see too many people that do YouTube that actually go to advertisers and getting these big budget advertisers on the show. And I know it's hard for us Black folks to get advertising dollars because it's very limited. And this is why a lot of Black shows don't make it or Black media die out because they don't get the advertising dollars. If you understand what I'm saying. Like all of these right-wing shows that you see, they get advertised. They get one right-wing show outlet was getting AT&T check. That's a check right there. So just imagine if AT&T sponsored Chase Reality, then they'll be able to put them on payroll instead of them doing it for free. Instead of them being in a loud restaurant with a whole bunch of noise. They could actually rent the restaurant out.
Yeah, they could film the shit at 3 a.m. when the restaurant ain't even open.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But they gotta think like that. But what I'm saying is, that we have a copycat mentality.
That's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean by that? Like let's say you are where you are and you say, oh, I just want to get on TV. I want to get on TV because that's a copycat mentality. Not saying something wrong with it, but that's what everybody feels that they need to do in order to be successful. And then you have someone like Tasha K said, I don't really need that fucking TV. I make my own checks.
Absolutely.
So teaching you how to use the area where you are, where you don't have to think in the copycat version, because this is how these people say they made in your industry. Someone's trying to show you a different way to make just as much money, and you don't have to do it in that way.
Absolutely.
You have to be willing to really step out because you don't have to be on mainstream TV anymore.
No, you don't.
Of evolution in order to be successful.
No, you don't. And you don't. And actually, you can build a big audience online and mainstream, quote unquote, Netflix, Hulu, HBO. What's the girl that produced Insecure? She started on YouTube. Many people forget that. But that girl, that executive producer and star, Issa Rae, she was a YouTuber. People forget that. They don't give her that credit. But she started on YouTube and she got a show on HBO and now she got other stuff. She acts and she's doing all type of stuff, but she started on YouTube. So what I'm saying is you can get more big deals if you build an audience and come in and you get more credibility, you get more power and more say when you come in with millions of followers and a consumer base. So I agree with you. It's multiple ways to make money now because we do have online. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes that's how you could be your own entrepreneur. Because once you go on TV, you're no more your own boss.
That's true.
Once you go on the main screen, it's like, it depends on how it's worked out. You're on a sitcom or something. You're not your own boss there.
Absolutely. You right about that.
You're only your own boss when you sign the contract. When that contract is made. After that, that's the only time you're in control.
Yes. Well, we thank you, sus. Miss T.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I'm sorry for I was leaning on this call.
I
Sorry,
love
I
it
ain't even
because
read the
that's
chat.
what the
I ain't read the chat.
you don't have to apologize because that is what the call line is for the viewers to call in and we can have dialogue. So I'm glad that you called in this morning. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off this. Let
Okay.
some other people come on.
All right.
And y'all be good. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Yeah, so he to bring that to that point, Roland went to these advertisers and he still go to these advertisers and he get commercials playing in his video. Yeah. So I reached out. I did reach out to Reese G to come on my show. Let me see if I can call him now on the air. Give me a second. I reached out to him. Yes, I did. I reached out to Reese G to come on my show. I surely did on September 14th. Let me call him now. Hopefully he answer. Give me a second. Let's see, because I reached out to these folks. Oh, he didn't answer. I reached out to him. Hopefully he sent me a message. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I remember back when we had our little beef back in 2019. Let me go back to these messages. This is back in 2019. We have a little history. And let me see, where's 2019 at? Because I remember I put something out. I would like to know how long you're going to continue to pick dough. Why are you doing it? What you mean? Reese G was like, I would like to know how long are you going to continue to pick dough? Why are you doing it? I don't understand what you're trying to say. You continue. Oh, he said you continue to speak negatively, put out false narratives about me in the show. So I would like to know how long are you going to continue to pitch, as well as I would like to know why are you starting to speak negatively. I said this to Reese G. I said, quote, I have a source that gave me information. I am helping the show by talking about it on my platform. You dog me out on your platform. I have a right to defend myself. Rishi G responded, the thing about it is you are not helping the show by talking about it on your platform. You're causing issues and making enemies. So if you are doing this and it affects the help, just stop. The show does not need the help. Reese G responded again. He said, as far as me talking about you on my platform, I will have anything to talk about if you would stop being negative. All of this came from you and your friend being messy on an interview, and you ran with it months ago. So of course I had to defend myself and my show against the negativity you started to put out. So I'm asking you as humbly and respectfully as I can, would you please stop your unsolicited effort to help the show? I said this, I will continue to do reviews. Listen, I will continue to do reviews on Chasing Dallas. He responded, for clarity, would you be as negative as you have been before? If the show is good, I would give good reviews. Boom. Okay. I did reviews on Chasing Atlanta. Some was good, some was not so good. Reese G response was, there's a way to give an opinion without being nasty. For clarity, very simple question. I don't think I was being nasty. I said this, I don't think I was being nasty. You just don't agree with my commentary. Reese G responded, will you be as negative as you have been before if you continue to review the show? The show is not out yet, so I can't answer that question. Reese G responded, because honestly, you did not say anything about the trailer. You just took shots and was negative. I said, and I responded, I was planning on doing a review on the trailer, but I had to respond to you. And then Reese G response was, and you very well can answer that question because you know exactly what you do. You put out insults to build a reaction. So I asked one more time for clarity, will you be as negative as you have been before as you review the show? I respond with this. That's your opinion about me. You are wrong, sir. I entertain my audience with my opinion. And then Reese G respond, in a negative way, you do. I'm asking in reference to me and the show on your platform. Would you continue to be as negative as you have been before? That's all I'm asking. And I respond to Reese G, you keep on saying negative. What I did was gave my honest assessment about the show. You should come on my show. Call me, I told Reese G. And this is what Reese G response was. Well, Wiley, all I have to say is this. I'm going to do I'm going to do with you the best in your career as a blogger. You know exactly what your audience like. You know how to get a rise out of people, and you know how to not care about the people you affect in the process. If you continue to do the things that you do, more power to you. If that works for you, all I'm asking is that you add to all the negativity I already get from the Dallas community. I don't know that you are looking for as an end game, but I hate that you think that by being so negative, it will get you there successfully. And as you go in your career, if you want to be successful, please make sure your sources give you the correct information. I wish you the best. And I responded to him, thank you, bro. I will continue to do reviews. And I reached back out to him this year. Now, we haven't talked since November 4th, 2019. And I reached out to him and I said, keep up the good work. And he said, thanks. And I said, I would love to interview me about what? I said, Chasing Dollars, when are you free tomorrow? I would love to have a conversation. And see, that's why I stopped, talking about chasing reality and reviewing the show, because soon as I review the show and I give my honest assessment, it's a problem. Soon as I get a source that gives me some information, it's a problem. Because one of the cast members was giving me tea and I ran with information, right? And so a lot of these reality shows, the Chasing Dallas and all these, they can't handle when a person give commentary. They just want you to kiss they ass and they just want you to suck on they whatever and sing their praises. But I'm not that type of commentary. I'm not that type of brother. I sit in my chair. I used to have a notebook, but now I have my index cards because it's a little better, and I write down the stuff. Just like I saw episode 1. Okay, it was a little snooze fest. They said Carrie D supposed to be this producer. And see, should I go there? Should I go there? This is why I don't get invited to the party, but I gotta be honest. And I like Carrie D. But Carrie D must first have a successful solo career before he try to help other artists. That's just my honest opinion. Is that wrong for me not to say that? I may not never get Carrie D on my show, but he must first have a successful solo career. He's able, and then once you have your successful solo career, then you can actually help and give suggestions and ideas to other artists. You must first get on the Billboard charts. You must first get an NAACP Image Award, Soul Train Award, Grammy, before you try to take an artist under your wing. The artist that they had on there was trash. And he was doing confessionals. I'm like, why is he doing confessionals? He's not a cast member. But if I say this, I'm the big bad bully. If I say this, oh, wow, you shouldn't say this. So that's why I sit on the sidelines and I be silent and I don't give commentary on these shows. And this is why you don't really see a cast member on there, because we're going to keep it real over here. If I'm going to sit down and watch this show, which I'm not getting paid to review, I got to keep it real with my audience. And that was just on episode 1. Then you got Robert up there, child. Got his mama up there, and I'm not going to try to read the mama or whatever. Got her up there eating barbecue. Can't hardly hear their conversation. Oh, yeah, mama. Mama didn't even know none of the people you talking about. So why you got mama up there? I know you're trying to be all personable, but it could have been a whole nother type of conversation. Mama don't know them people. Now, would have made that scene interesting in episode 1. Maybe if you would have brought some of the people that you talking about and let your mama read the person, or the mama don't know none of these people that she hang around talking about. She want to eat her barbecue or her ribs. But anywho, I said that. Now, if y'all want me to continue to review the show, I'll review the show, but I'm going to be honest. This is why my phone don't ring to go to premiere parties, because I keeps it too real. Who want me to review anybody want me to review the show? Anybody? Who want me to review the show? I'll review it, but can I be real? Okay, can I be real? Okay, and this is why they don't come. They used to come on my show, but they typically don't come. I'm typically being blackballed. They don't come on Signal 23 TV. I love Signal 23 TV, their content, but the CEO told all of his members, his employees, do not go on the Wiley Show. He is blackballed. Why did he say that? Because the reason why he said it is because I was calling him out of his behavior. I was calling him out of his trash business decision as being a trashy business owner. And so he sent me an email saying, none of my members will come on your show. Did I lose an ounce of sleep? No. But I gave my honest opinion about the show. And I've done it in person. So I don't know if many of y'all don't even know who Signal 23 is, because y'all ain't paying for that type of content. But Signal 23, a little backstory of that, it was about him. I don't know if y'all remember that show about him with Brandon Carson and stuff like that. I got a ticket to go see Brandon Carson, Signal 23 in Chicago. They did the show and it was just so successful. They did a tour and everything. And Rico Pruitt, I don't know if y'all know who Rico Pruitt is. During that time, he was telling me he don't have a contract. And I said, hey, and I've always had a good business mind, because he called me and I had to interview him. And I talked to him a night before. I was living with my grandmother. And I remember I told Rico, I said, Rico, you need a contract. Oh yeah, Wiley, I ain't got no contract. You know, he gives me food. He give me a place to stay. I'm saying, but you're still bringing in money to his company. How much money is he giving you? Or he just giving you room and board? You bringing money to him. How much are you getting? He ain't had no contract. And then all this stuff came out where he said, I ain't getting paid. He was saying all this stuff down on social media. But years ago, you had a conversation with Brother Wiley, and I said, get a contract, get an entertainment attorney to look over the contract. But I'm the big bad bully. And then he got a boyfriend, he screwed him, put cum all in him, and then he started dragging me on social media. That's why I stopped covering these LGBT shows, because they can't handle Wiley giving their opinion, because they're going to watch. They're going to be in the bushes, and then they'll send me an email. Okay? So, like Reese G, I remember, where some of y'all don't know, when me and him, I was real covering Chasing Atlanta. They would post me on Chasing Atlanta, real active on Chasing Atlanta. Okay. And Reese called me. He came on the show. He commented. He said, hey, Wiley, I'm going to be bringing Chasing Dallas. I'm going to be doing a show, Chasing Dallas. Do you want to be a part of the project? I said, yeah, I would love to, let's keep me updated and stuff like that. I didn't want to be a cast member. I wanted to be an executive producer. And then if I were to be a cast member, I want to create control, especially if I tell all my story, catfishing, getting into fights with people, throwing drinks, throwing tables, delivering. Okay. I want to get a check. So let me be executive producer and, let me host an after show on my channel so I can get an extra check. Okay. All right. So it didn't go as planned. But Reese, the little fallout that we had, he went after I, screwed him, and we made love. Okay, that's the appropriate term. He went to Atlanta and he was telling people about how big my peen was, how good it was. He was telling people in Atlanta. The people in Atlanta came back and told me what he said. So I came out publicly and said, yes, we did make love. It was amazing. Okay. It was boom, boom, bad about it. It was really great. But it's a problem because Wiley can't, why did you say that? But you told the people in Atlanta. So I'm just confirming what you was telling them. This is why I don't really cover a lot of things of these shows. That's why I don't cover. Only time they share stuff is when these people kissing their butt. Wiley gonna keep it real. I don't know why I'm on this stuff. I'm gonna keep it real. Okay, I don't know how we get here, but we here. I may have a cock eye, but dear God, I'm here. Okay? I may be black, I may have a cock eye, I may be ugly, but I'm here. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it real. Okay? So if y'all want me to cover these shows, just know Wiley gonna keep it real. And then we can have dialogue. And my thing is this: stop telling the cast members not to come on the Wiley Show. And I'll be telling these cast members, y'all ain't getting paid. How you gonna listen to somebody that's gonna tell you not to come on the show and y'all ain't getting no doggone check? Y'all ain't getting no check. You can't tell me who I can and cannot speak to if you ain't getting paid. Let's not be dumb here. You ain't getting out one check the first, and you gonna listen to them tell you not to come? You ain't getting no check. That's your apartment that you paying rent for. Them your clothes that you showing up to the scene for. They ain't got no stylist. Them the clothes that you put on. When you eat that barbecue, you pay for the barbecue. When you go to the trip, you paying for your plane ticket. Anyway, I'm just saying that stuff that really triggers me. That really triggers. I understand if you getting paid a good paycheck, I understand. Listen to your boss. But if you're not getting paid, you should be able to go and speak to whomever you want to speak to. Okay? So, all right. So we will cover, I'm going to say this. It's going to trigger some people on chasing dollars. I understand they might want to pull up to my front door. They're going to end up in jail. Just that quick, because I don't go to no events. You pull up to my front door, just end up in jail. End up back at town. All that stuff don't work to me. I'm gonna pull up. That stuff don't get to me. You pull up if you want to, sir, and end up in prison. And I'm gonna be right there in court with my ruby red dress shirt and my bow tie and my snakeskin shoes, and I'm gonna show up to every court case. Period. Point blank. I don't play. Okay. But anyway, but yeah, I'm going to cover the show. Okay. And yes, do I have the episode of me and Reese G? Hold up. Do we have that episode? Producers, control room. Do y'all have the episode? Oh my gosh, that is an episode. Give me a second, see if I can pull it up. I remember that. Give me a second. To see if I can I have history with these people. I go way back with these people. Oh man, let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, give me a second. Man, I'm triggered. Y'all got me triggered. I understand when some of the viewers say, Wiley, you triggered because I can trigger myself. You got to be a powerful person if you can trigger yourself. Control room. Do y'all have when me and Reese G was going at it? Control room. Give me a second. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Control room. Okay, I got it right here. Hold on 1 second. Control room. Give me a second. All right, give me a second. Let me play that little throwback. It is a Thursday. Oh, this is a throwback Thursday. This is a throwback Thursday. All right, give me a second. All right. Thank you, Deborah. Baby, the producers is in the building. All right, this was OT, but it's new to some of y'all. I just want to play it. They said, Wiley, you ain't covering chasing in Dallas. I'm gonna tell you why I don't cover it. See, when I get to talking, it's hard to shut me up when I get to talking. All right, let me see.
People up in my Facebook.
Okay, here we go. Let me screen share.
There's a couple of things I want to say.
Oh, I was skinny too.
I want to say I'm the Wiley Show. I have a platform that I stream live around on YouTube. 5,000 subscribers. I want people.
Oh, we was at 5,000 people.
Been doing.
Wait a minute, we was at 5,000 people. Now we at 21,000. Oh man, turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, growth is in the building. What? We was at 5,000 and now we at 21,000. Turn to your neighbor. I don't care if you at work. Hold up. Anybody at work, I don't care if you in a meeting. Stop the meeting. Get off the Zoom and turn to your neighbor. Tell your supervisor, growth. Go in your supervisor office. Put down your sandwich. Go in there. Tell your supervisor, growth. Tell her right there. Tell her growth. Growth. I don't care what we at. All right. I said growth. I need y'all to type right now. Type growth in the chat box. Type growth in the chat box. I was at 1,000 subscribers. Say growth. Oh man. Okay. Oh no, you just came right on time, Peaches. All right. Let's see. Growth. Let me see.
This, for a very long time. So I tagged Tony, Stone, and many people up in this post because I wanted to get a couple of things off my chest. Tony is a supporter of Chasing Dallas. He is a supporter of Chasing Atlanta. So on today, I was minding my own business, and I was tagged in a post. I was tagged in
Make sure y'all can hear this. Give me a second.
a post of Stone. And this is the thing, Stone. I don't know why you have a problem with me. I have no issue with you, brother. I think you're doing amazing. I just really think you soft. I think that you don't want to call these people out because you don't want to be out of the in crowd. And I get it because you cool with Chasing Dallas people. You cool with Chasing Atlanta people. And I think your opinion have been bought. I think that you get on your channel and you do all this talking down to Wiley, but you show Wiley love behind the scenes. So, brother, I'm not going to.
Okay. So I was calling out somebody on Facebook because he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be saying this, Wiley," because he was like, I thought he was kissing the butt of Reese G and the producers so he could sit down with these people. And I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to give my honest opinion. So give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up when he on there. I want to make sure get him when he go on there. Give me a second.
Because I don't want to get sued. Hey, Reese.
It definitely want to do this. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me pause it for a second. What in the world is it doing? Let me get the least settings. Okay. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to do it a couple of minutes. We can bring it on so we can definitely talk. Hopefully it goes through. But definitely have this conversation. Definitely growth. I came in at 18K. Thank you. All right. Let's see.
Well,
all right. I do not know why is it doing that. Come on, computer.
People up in my Facebook post because it's not true. They lie. They need to apologize. Not a chat, but it's allegedly. Let me say allegedly because I don't want to get sued. Hey, Reese. Welcome.
What is going on? I really want to play this, but it keep doing that. Hold on, before we could play that. Let's see.
The problem is, one of your cast members said I was a rapist. That's a lie. They need to apologize.
Oh yeah, one of the cast members did say that. And oh baby, when you played the receipts, they really did. And I confronted that cast member. I definitely confronted that cast member. We was at an event and I was nominated for an award, and I confronted that person that said it. And I said, why would you say something like that's not true? Why would you? I confronted them. And baby, I was going to confront you. If you're gonna sit there and hey, come here, what's going on? He came on YouTube, got with a group of people that did not like me and just lied, just told a whole bunch of lies. And I confronted him about it in a second. You're not gonna just sit there and lie. Okay? Just not going to do that. They really thought that was going to talk about I got them drunk. Baby, bye. How can you get a drunk? Come on, make that make sense. I vlogged that event. How can you get a drunk? That drunk brought all that liquor, got drunk, and didn't remember. And then now you want to, I think Wiley. Oh man, get out of here. I confronted him. And they didn't even know this person. And the thing about, and I learned a lesson. A lot of that stuff I don't do no more because I was so free. I would pick people up, meet up with folks. Not no more. You ain't gonna hardly ever get a meet up with Wiley unless you've been vetted. Unless you've been vetted. We're in a public place. All that here. Them days, they didn't have the smoke. Cause baby, I was ready. He was talking a lot of stuff. I was ready. Because anytime I go to the event, I'm always prepared to fight. I'm prepared to have a couple of weapons. You know what I'm saying? Just to defend myself. And I'm going to confront you. I just can't sit there. And I say, hey, brother, come here. Reese didn't come to speak to me. He didn't come and speak to me. But I pulled Markel to this. I said, hey, come speak to me. Hey. And he ain't got no problem. He just listened to a liar that came to my house, got sloppy drunk, and didn't remember what he did the next day. He had all these bottles, which he was supposed to give to me for my housewarming gift. And he drank all the housewarming liquor. And I was a good friend. And I even know him. That was my first time meeting him. And I called Marquis. I said, he's this way. I'm going to call him Uber to pick him up. Because I couldn't drive him home because I had a couple of sips of liquor. And even if I take a couple of sips of liquor, I'm not going to drive under the influence because of sips of liquor, technically you're under the influence. So I called him Uber. And I learned from that lesson. Now I don't do that no more. Listen, you got to have your car. I ain't offer you no liquor. Listen, you get you a fruit juice, a Red Bull, chocolate milk. But them days as having top shelf liquor, because back in the day I would have Hennessy, Ciroc, all type of stuff, but not no more. No liquor, okay? This is a dry county. Okay, see, they have me on the show. We gonna have a show. Wow. Yeah, it was a group. Literally, it was a group of them. It was a group of them. They were coming at Wiley hard. They was coming at me hard. But where they at today? Still out there struggling, and we still here blessed and highly favored. Blessed. They sit and lied. They thought of all type of lies. But anyway, I'm getting triggered today. Put me on the show. It's going to be a show because I really got real beefs. It's going to be real. They better have some real security because I already know. Let him try to say, get out of pocket. I'm going all the way in, baby. Iron Mike Wiley. I'm going to just say that right now. So I'm not about to go ahead and risk myself going to jail on no free reality show. So I ain't going to sign up for nothing like that because I already know it's going to be WWE, SmackDown, Raw, up in there. So I'm just not going to do it. You can just sit on down with that because you talking about a show? Oh, man. All right. Let's live. Hopefully we can get to that on there, okay? Man, I want all the smoke, and I'm definitely there ready for it, okay? It'd have been WWE Raw and Uncut. Okay? I pulled Mikhail to the side. I did. I pulled him to the side. Surely did. All right. Let me see if we can talk. Let me see. Is this it right here?
Lied on me. And if I hear any of that on Chasing Dollars, may God is my witness, I will sue the heck out of that show. Because he lied.
Is that a threat?
No,
Is that a
baby.
threat?
That is a promise. I don't play when it comes to my name. You can roast, you can talk about my eye, you can talk about my teeth, but when you call me a rapist because you have nothing else to say, that is classless, that is tasteless, and that is doggone wrong. And I need an apology because it's not true.
Okay, so you need to. So this is what you need to do. You need to take that up with.
I'm taking it with the executive producer. Okay. You put that man in check because I know he.
Oh, is that a threat? No, that's a promise. I will take Chasing Reality to court in a second. You're not gonna sit there and just lie on me. See, my thing, I didn't want to bring in a lawyer. I want to bring it to the streets. Skip the lawyer. Let's get up. Let's come in the ring. I love wrestling. I would love to put you in a leg drop, a tombstone, an ankle lock. Man, okay. Oh, it's just ain't meant for me to play this clip because it's keep buffering on the clip. It's really not meant for me to play the clip. But we'll play a little bit more if you let us play it. Okay? While it was oh man. Oh, while what did he Yes. So the man that came from New York and he was a fan of our show. Right, he said, "Well, I'm coming to Dallas." I'm like, "Yeah, come on, I can pick you up." I didn't even have a car then, so it was this thing where you can rent cars with people that rent out cars at their houses or something. So I had rented a car. It was a nice car, right? And I picked the guy up and picked him up. He had all his liquor, and he was like, "Yeah, well, we gonna do this interview, gonna drink," and I gotta meet up with Marquette. And I said, "Cool, we do an interview." And the interview went so long because he was drinking and stuff like that. Then I had a roommate at the time that was staying with me. And he was just drinking and drinking and drinking. So I sent him an Uber to go home. Right. I reached out to Marquette, I sent him Uber to go home. And then the guy came to me, I had to go to therapy. I wanted to fight Wiley. Wiley car was this. He was just saying all this stuff. I'm like, dude, no, you ain't. No, why you telling these people lies talking about you want to box me? You want me to get a flight to New York and come to New York and address you, sir? I'm like, this man sat there and just completely, lied on me. And I didn't know this person. I just knew him off of YouTube, right? And I was interviewing and I was doing a show. He was a fan of the show. He was a fan. And during that time, the Wiley Show wasn't popping, right? That was a time you happy if you get 13 people in the building. Baby, if I had 132 people watching me back in the day, I shout for joy. But back in the day, we get one person. Back in the day, 10 people. You had 20 people, baby. You doing that. Okay, another reason to say growth. So that was the time I didn't have a lot of y'all that wasn't watching my show. And so we were doing this episode, and he came back on YouTube and he told this story, and it was just all out of lies. And all these people that did not like me hated on me. So I was, oh, that's my friend. Why just didn't even know this cat, right? He wanted to be on a reality show, never made it, never wanted to be the successful person, never made it. And he wanted to just lie on the Wiley Show. Okay. And so a lot of the people from Chasing Dallas tried to pick it up and bring that to the forefront. And baby, I sent him a good old email. I don't mind suing that show. I'll sue it in a heartbeat. But I didn't want to sue. I wanted to box. I want to say, hey, let's take it to the ring. Okay. All right. But anyway, let's see if we can play a little bit clips of this. Let me see. Okay. Check this butt right on live too. I don't play. I don't play when it comes to stuff like that. I would definitely check it and stuff like that. I definitely don't play with stuff like that. And I tell people, and that's why I kind of like relate you know, when people say stuff about Jason Lee, I always come out and say, be very careful, because people try to label me as that. And so when you become, and then I talked to somebody, said, well, when you become successful, people gonna say whatever. Then my mother came on my show one time and she said, she said, you got to learn how to get out of people, because people will, in the type of business you on and the type of business you're doing, people would just make up lies about you. It is what it is. So I have to learn that. But baby, I will confront you. I'm not no scary. I'm 6'2", almost 300 pounds, baby, and let's rumble, baby, rumble. Okay? I'm a peaceful person, but if you try me, I pull his leg off and we just get to work. All right, anyway, let's see if we can play a little bit more of this. Y'all, good morning. I was not planning on being this triggered this morning. Big one. I'm telling y'all, I was not telling you, because people, they tried me and they lied on me, and I was ready to go. I'm going to confront you. If you lie to me, like, hey, it's one thing to lie on somebody on the internet. It's one thing to lie on the internet. It's another thing when you see the person you lied to in person, and let's see, and I don't want to see you, baby. I was ready. Oh man, let's play a little bit more of this clip. Man, hey, shout out to Flame. Oh, you better come through. Flame Monroe is in the chat. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And it just, with me, it was, and I'm not even, hold on, I'm not even quote unquote famous. I'm not a millionaire. I had people coming at me hard. I have a special gift. I was gonna pull my leg off, and I was at this event. And let me tell you, I was at the event and I saw them coming in, because we was all nominated. Chasing Down was nominated, and the Wiley Show was nominated for an award, and I was there. And I already in my mind, I said I could body drop this person in the table, all this stuff. And I had my camera stand with me, and it's real heavy. And I said, whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, I was prepared. I was prepared for a fight. But God is my witness. It's like they won about that life. So I was like, okay, all right, let's do my interview. Let me see if I'm gonna get nominated. Let me see if I'm gonna win this award. Didn't win the award. I went home and stuff like that. But let's play a little bit more of that clip. Let's see if what's that? I will pull this leg off in a second. Hold on, wait a minute. Where's we at? Okay, hold on. Let's see. I don't know if it's gonna work, but hello.
Get no check, so put him in check.
No. I'm not gonna put him in check for anything that he said about you, because it's not gonna be on the show, because it's not necessary. So what's your problem?
Okay.
I confirmed that we had relations. I just confirmed the story. You put the information out, Reese. You put it out there. I only confirmed what you put out.
Oh man, don't want me to play the video. We'll play this another time. We'll play this another time because it ain't working. But we had a conversation, and so yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I'm just giving my honest opinion. And one thing I love about having my show and my audience, they love us and they love the people to do it. I'm gonna have to do a restream on that. I'm gonna fix it. I have to probably like refresh my computer and stuff like that to make sure that works. But we'll come back and revisit it. Almost definitely. Almost definitely. But I learned, and after I got upset, after I got away from like all of this and time will pass, I reflect. And I said, well, you gotta be careful who you invite in the house. And you can't have everybody in your house and offer them liquor and stuff like that. And you just can't, your heart is in a good place, but it's just not good, So I stopped doing it. So then let me tell you how God worked. Come on, somebody, baby. Y'all know who August is. August from Real High Boys of Houston. He came to my house and I interviewed him. Very attractive guy. And did interview, left. Boom. Another attractive guy came, interview, left, boom. It was no liquor involved at all. And I kept that policy for if I interview you in person, it just will not be any liquor at all because of it. It's just not gonna happen because everybody can't handle their liquor. Okay, just not gonna happen. So I don't even drink. I just don't. I like fruit juice, Sprite. Give me a burger. Give me some chicken wings, turkey legs. That's not a drinker. Okay. All right. Yeah, because these people, child, it was literally a hot mess. But nevertheless, we are still here. Right. And they said that you were professional. They came back and see how God worked. August came like, no, Wiley was very professional. I'm a very professional guy. What I got to do to hump and all that stuff? Like, come on now. Come on. No. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that desperate for a man, right? So I've learned from that. Okay, I've learned for that, and it was like them rumors. It was real heavy. So when people say stuff about the Jason Lees and stuff like that, I can relate because I'm like, these people, they will put stuff on you. They will put stuff on, and it was really getting to me, baby. I was ready to go. It was one person in California. I was ready to book a flight. See, when you manic, hold up. When you got bipolar and you manic, you start like, hey, let me pick a flight. And then people start sending me, so let me pull up. Hey, brother, you said this about me on the internet. I don't like it. I'm here. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But God said, no, son, go through this moment, learn from this moment, but don't, get out of character. Keep building your show. And I stay focused, build the show and all this stuff. But I shot, nah. Okay. And they were coming at me hard. It was a season of them coming at me real hard. And baby, I wanted to take some flights. I was ready. So, but nevertheless, we didn't take any flights. And we stayed focused on our show. And we just having a good time. But yeah, you guys. But I thank God for my audience and all the type of people for coming on our show, for watching the show. It was definitely at a moment, you know what I'm saying? And I've learned that once you become popular and on that, and I don't think that I'm popular on YouTube, but other people see your popular. Come on, somebody. Other people see that gift. I didn't see it. And I was confused. I'm like, I ain't even popular. I'm just a cock-eyed YouTuber with a couple of hundred people watching me. But other people see that gift and they don't like it because I said something they didn't like. He said this about me. It was one person on the panel. And I said, what's wrong with you? Wow, I got something to say about you. I'm like, what's the problem? You said something about me and I didn't like it. I said, bruh, I don't even remember what I said. I apologize and stuff like that. But I said, brother, if you trying to be on these reality shows, if you trying to be in a public eye, you have to take criticism. People are going to criticize you. But if you got my DM or my information, hit me up in the DM and we could talk about it. We could have a conversation about it. But he didn't like me. He just didn't like, and then we talked and we got over it and stuff like that. So I could be a little rough. And that's why I don't cover a lot of them shows. Okay. Man, I was ready to catch a flight. Let's go. Let's catch a flight. Baby, oh man, I was getting this on. I was real manic, and no voice like, just get a flight, just catch them. Catch them when they go into the grocery store. And I had to really stop and stuff like that. But this is being on social media in this game. It could be really rough and stuff like that. But nevertheless, we are here. And we're going to continue to have our show. I'll continue to be successful. And we're going to continue to put in the work. And we will cover Chasing Dallas. Yes, we will cover the episode and we will cover it. I'm going to be honest about the shows. I'm already on episode 1. So I'm going to watch all the episodes and I'm going to give my review. And we review it every week. Because what I think for a community, I think that is great that the LGBT community get to have these shows and show the light and show Black love. I love to see that transgenders, drag queens, bottoms. I love to see bottoms. I love to see tops. I love to see people, really doing shows, right? I think that's amazing, especially if you're a bottom and all. I love that. I love to see the trade or the fake trade. I love to see the singer that, I love to see all this stuff, right? And I will cover the show, and it's entertaining, and I get great views when I cover the show, cover these shows, and I brought a lot of people, even G Status. And remember G Status? I wanted to host G Status, and we put our bid in. I said, let me host G Status, let me host the reunion. You see how God worked? The reunion didn't never come out. The show started messing up. If they would have brought me on there, hey, I would open up in a prayer. I would have blessed the cask, in prayer. We would have went on the fast because I got some prayer warriors, and all that stuff wouldn't have happened. All the episodes would have came out, and the reunion would have came out, but they didn't have that at the reunion. They didn't want Wiley at the reunion. But if I would have came over and it would have came out, I said put Wiley on there. So we'll see how that's gonna go when they come out with their new season and stuff like that. We'll cover it because I love the show. Okay, they didn't even do a reunion. Didn't know. Yeah, excuse me. I think something happened. I don't know what happened to the internet. Oh, whatever. Let me see if I can call G Status. Let me see if I call them on Instagram and see if they answer. Give me a second. Y'all know I love me some let me see. Hold on. Where's she at? Hold on, let me see. Is this G Status? Let me call them on Instagram. Hold on. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known nothing about them shows. See? I put a lot of people on them show. Cut me my check. Cut me my check. I brought people to them shows. Cut me my check right now. Cut me my check right now. Okay, I brought people to them shows, and it was getting so. Hold on, let me say this. I would cover G Status so much that when the show stopped, I was getting phone calls. People will call me and text me saying, Wiley, when is G Status going to come out? When is the new episode going to come out? I cover the show so much that people were calling me, emailing me. And I said, I'm not a producer. I'm just a black man with a mic and doing commentary on the shows. I love the characters. And then again, a rumor came up. Let me just tell you. I was minding my own business. I got a text from Sherrod. Y'all know who I don't know if y'all know who Sherrod is. I got a text from Sherrod. And Sherrod said it's a rumor about us. They said that we had that we have sex parties. I'm like, no, I'm like, we never met. They start putting rumors out about me and Sherrod that we were screwing. I never met the man because I said in one of the episodes, if he likes people to pay, if he's an escort, I wouldn't mind paying for his service. But they took that and twisted it and said they getting it in. We never met. He's a good guy. That's my friend. That's my brother. Now I'm not gonna say we will never screw because he's attractive and hey. All right. 2 wrongs don't make it right. But tonight is the night I get okay. All right. So if it happened, it happened. But it never happened because we never met. All right. Anyway, so he put the rumor out, and because it was a storyline that what was the name? One of the cast members' boyfriend paid Sherrod to screw him or them to make love, and he must have paid him $50, $60. And I said, hey, I give him $100. What can I get? I wouldn't mind providing the service. Hey, we come through it. Hey, but he's a good friend. I love him. I love watching his pictures. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be in a relationship with him if we ever do that. He is one of my crushes and stuff like that. But I typically don't really post like they pictures and stuff because they make these unbelievable rumors about me. So that's why I got to tread very carefully covering these shows. I got to tread very carefully covering these shows and stuff like that. But nevertheless, y'all want me to cover Chasing Dallas. Y'all want me to cover G Status. Y'all want me to cover Coming Up ATL. And we're going to cover it because I like the show. And once I sit down and write on these index cards, baby, I'm ready to go in because them shows are more entertaining than these reality shows that we see on TV. Okay, at least give Wiley credit if you don't have the money. Yeah, give us credit. We bought a lot of people on them shows. Nobody can review a web series like Wiley. Okay, all right. Yeah, Wiley Day. Our day was tied up in so much mess, but whoosh, I kept on building and kept on believing in myself, and now I move forward. That's what you got to do. It's going to be seasons where people try to come at you, look at you sideways. So now I know how to handle a crisis if a crisis do develop. Woo. Anyway, they said, Wiley, you ain't cover me right. You so mean. Come on, bruh. How you want to be a reality star? You can't handle bipolar, cock-eyed man giving commentary. You can't handle me giving commentary. Your feelings hurt. You can't handle a man that's cock-eyed and running nose. You can't handle his commentary. Come on now. Whew. Once I was lost and I could not find my way. Jesus came in, turned midnight into day. Now I can thank the Lord. Now I can say, I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I will not turn away. Yes. Oh man, bringing back so many memories. Just so many memories, and I just thank you all so very much. Hey, I felt that right there. Felt that right there. Oh man. All right. All right. Yes. Okay, thank you all so very much. Moderators, please pass around the peppermints and the collection plate. All right. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. All right, this is offering time. Get out the offering baskets. Okay, soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We are going to see the King. No more crying there. We are going to see the King. All right. Oh, man. Woo. Okay. They got me singing. Hey, nothing like singing an old church song, man. I am from the old school. It's something about them old. Hey, it's something about them old church songs. Okay, all right. But I'm gonna say this in my close. I want to thank the producers. I am. I got a letter in the mail. I'm on a. They want me to put me on an honor society, and I'm taking this math class. And I need your prayers. If you are a tutor, if you can assist me, please email me. I don't know anything about this class, but I'm gonna do my best and make sure I get through it. Okay. I know he's gonna make it possible. He's gonna open up ways for me because I don't want to drop that GPA because I've been doing really good on all the courses, and it's just this particular course I'm just not good at. But nevertheless, I've been I got to research tutors, and hopefully one come through that I can get help in that particular area. But definitely that's one of the courses on there, but they sent the letter and they want me to be in this honor society, and I don't want to drop that GPA. I don't want to get a bad grade. Okay. All right. My little cousins are good at math. If you need, I need help. I definitely need help. Okay. And it's something. Let me see. What kind of course is this that I'm taking? Because it's not college algebra. This is something else. This is called. Hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. Pass me not, O gentle Savior. Hear my humble cry. All right. Oh, let me see. What kind of course is this? Give me a second. I'm going to see. Let me log in. So the map, this course. Oh, hold on. What's going on? Hold on. This is called, I can't even pronounce it. Quantitative reasoning, Math 216T, quantitative reasoning. I think that's the name of it. Okay. Prepared to critically analyze and solve problems using quantitative reasoning to real world scenarios using reasoning skills and mathematical literacy to draw to draw a conclusion. But nevertheless, we're gonna pass it. Okay. I believe I'm gonna pass this. I believe it. I'm not even gonna let that come through. I'm gonna pass that. Nevertheless, we're gonna pass it. We're gonna get it through. Okay. Oh, we're gonna pass it. Yes, we definitely going to pass it. You would pass the class. I was joking. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. You didn't even use this in my daily life, right? I'm gonna pass it. But nevertheless, we'll get to it. Thank you, producers, for that. And I gotta record this podcast. But on Sprinker, you could do a live podcast. Give me a second. Oh, let me see. Hope I'm saying the name right. Sprinker. Did I say it right? I think you do a live podcast because it got on here record. It got on here start. You put live. Put the title. Okay. I put Colin Powell. What else should I talk about in the podcast? Colin Powell. Any other suggestions y'all want me to hear in the podcast? Let me see. Let me know. Mav don't be mad. Let me see. We thank you. There, all I know is to do add, subtract, divide. I graduated TSU in 2004. I don't remember a thing. I don't remember a thing. But we definitely gonna get it through. Thank you all so very much. We good. That's it. That is it. I'm gonna do this podcast episode because I'm up. I drunk me a cup of coffee. Got to be at the barbershop soon, but I can record this podcast right now. So, people, you can listen to the live podcast. You got to be on Sprinker, okay? All right. So go on Sprinker, and I'm gonna just say recipes calling pal. I don't know what. I'll hope. Yes. And I feel like going to church right now. Oh, let me see, go live. What's up? This is the Wiley Show podcast, and I want to talk about Colin Powell. Okay, I see a lot of people saying rest in peace. He was our first Secretary of State. He was a first African American security advisor. And there was a lot of things that I'm hearing about Colin Powell all over the internet and all over media coverage. And thank you all. I'm recording the podcast. I will see y'all later. And with this